Welcome to Awareness Level Rope Rescue. In this chapter, we're going to explore your critical role as a support rescuer. Rope rescue may seem thrilling, sometimes even a little scary, but your job is to be the calm, observant, and prepared responder. Rope operators and technicians are trained and experienced in the specialized skills needed for rope rescue. Their training, combined with advanced equipment and techniques, allows them to access challenging environments. Everything from towers and wilderness areas to caves, mines, and confined spaces. Each of these locations requires its own set of equipment and procedures, which your jurisdiction must be aware of. Think of yourself as the secret sauce that makes the whole rescue work. And no, you don't get to eat the sauce, but trust me, without it, the sandwich falls apart. Instruction is only the first step in maintaining competency. Continuous, skill-based training ensures technicians' abilities don't deteriorate. As an awareness-level rescuer, your role is not to master every skill, but to understand the process, anticipate needs, stay safe, and support your team so they can perform their technical tasks effectively. By the end of this chapter, you'll know how to stay ready, follow commands, and be an indispensable part of every rope rescue operation.
70 metros al soltarse de un cable de un helicóptero cuando simulaban un rescate en una montaña. Sus cuerpos, como estamos viendo, golpearon en contra de las rocas y ambos sufrieron múltiples fracturas. Uno de ellos incluso sufrió contusiones en el cerebro, pero sorprendentemente...
What you just saw is a stark reminder of why safety is our #1 priority in high-angle rescues. A rope failure is not something we can afford. It's the difference between a successful mission and a disaster. In rope rescue, every detail matters. Ropes, anchors, knots, and most importantly, our training. The risks are real, and that fall shows us what can happen when we don't get it right. We train hard to ensure every piece of equipment is checked, every procedure is followed, and every rescuer is ready to act. Safety is not optional. It's essential. Our job is to go in and get people out, safely. So always be prepared, stay sharp, and never compromise on safety. Let's talk about competency. Basically, what it takes to show up and not accidentally turn a rescue into a comedy sketch. In technical rescue, both individuals and your organization need to meet certain standards to make sure everyone gets out safely and the mission actually succeeds. For your organization, this means everyone is trained, equipped, and ready to handle their role. Each rescue comes with its own set of tools and techniques, and if someone doesn't know their stuff, well, let's just say it makes the coffee break after the call a lot more stressful. Now, here's where you, the awareness-level rescuer, shine. Your job isn't to rig complex rope systems or perform flashy pulley tricks. That's the operations and technician-level folks. Your mission is vigilance. Observe hazards, follow commands, and support the team so they can do their job safely. Think of yourself like the seatbelt in a race car. Boring, maybe, but absolutely essential. When both the organization and every individual meet these minimum standards, it's a win-win. The rescue goes smoothly, hazards are spotted before they bite, and everyone gets to head home in one piece. No blooper reel required. The authority having jurisdiction, or AHJ, is the organization or individual responsible for approving and enforcing guidelines within a response agency. This could be a federal, state, local, or regional entity, or even a fire chief, commanding officer, or governing board. The AHJ holds authority over the agency's operations and ensures that they comply with established standards. For example, the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, mandates that the AHJ provides necessary equipment, like PPE, and sets training prerequisites, such as medical and age requirements, to ensure readiness and safety for all responders. PACE method, a 4-level approach to rescue techniques. The PACE method is a systematic approach used in rope rescue to ensure readiness and efficiency. PACE stands for primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. Let's break down each level. Primary. This is your go-to method, the most effective and efficient option for the rescue. For example, using a mechanical advantage system with secure anchors is the best way to ensure quick and safe victim retrieval. Alternate. The alternate method is a backup to the primary one. It's typically used when the primary method isn't available. While it may not be as quick or effective, it should still provide a reliable solution, like using a different mechanical system or a rope configuration. Contingency. This is your last resort method before emergency procedures. It's less convenient but still reliable enough to get the job done. You might use improvised techniques or less optimal rigging, especially if primary and alternate methods fail. Emergency. The emergency method is a last resort. This is the least effective method and should only be used when all other options have failed. It could involve manual hauling or other improvised techniques, which come with higher risk. The PACE method ensures that you're prepared for any situation, prioritizing safety and efficiency at every step of the rescue. The angle at which a rope rescue operation is conducted plays a critical role in determining which rescue technique to use. The angle affects both the safety and efficiency of the rescue. When the angle of the rope is too steep, it can put excessive strain on the rescuers and victim, making it harder to safely raise or lower the individual. In such cases, techniques like mechanical advantage systems become necessary to reduce the force required for lifting or lowering. On the other hand, a shallow angle may increase friction and limit the effectiveness of certain systems, requiring adjustments to the rope system or equipment to ensure smooth movement. By assessing the angle, rescuers can choose the most appropriate technique and equipment, optimizing the rescue process while minimizing risk. The AHJ is the organization or individual responsible for approving or enforcing guidelines within a response agency. This could be a federal, state, or local entity, or even a board of directors or a single individual with authority. As we discussed earlier, the AHJ holds authority over the agency's actions and ensures compliance with established standards. In addition to overseeing operational procedures, the AHJ is responsible for ensuring that the response agency has the necessary equipment, including PPE, to conduct operations safely. This includes following NFPA guidelines, which mandate that the AHJ provides the equipment and training prerequisites necessary to meet safety and operational standards. Ultimately, the AHJ plays a crucial role in ensuring that agencies are prepared, equipped, and compliant with the standards necessary for effective and safe operations. NFPA standards, although not legally binding, are essential in establishing a baseline for best practices in technical rescue. These standards are developed by a group of volunteers from various industries, ensuring a balanced perspective. They are used by agencies to guide their operations and training, ensuring that responders are properly prepared. Some key NFPA standards in technical rescue include NFPA 1006, Standard for Technical Rescue Personnel Professional Qualifications. NFPA 2500, Standards for Operations and Training for Technical Search and Rescue Incidents. NFPA 1670, 1983, 1858, Standards related to life safety rope, equipment, and their maintenance. These standards ensure that rescue agencies are using the best possible techniques and equipment to handle various rescue situations safely. Now the NFPA 1006 and 2500 identify 20 distinct rescue situations that responders must be prepared for, including tower, rope, structural collapse, confined space, common passenger vehicle, heavy vehicle, animal technical rescue, wilderness search and rescue, trench, machinery, cave. Each of these situations requires specific techniques, equipment, and training, which is outlined by the NFPA standards. Additionally, NFPA 1006 and 2500 recognize other rescue situations such as mine and tunnel, helicopter, surface water, swift water, dive, ice, surf, watercraft, and floodwater rescue. These standards ensure that responders are well prepared for a wide range of technical rescues, offering guidance on how to safely and effectively handle these diverse scenarios. Rope rescue is a distinct discipline, but it rarely exists in isolation. It may occur in various environments, such as urban, wilderness, tower, water, ice, and confined spaces. In each of these settings, rescue techniques must be tailored to the specific challenges of the environment. Rope rescue can involve both high-angle and low-angle rescues, depending on the situation, and the techniques vary accordingly. NFPA 2500 defines 3 levels of rescue: awareness, operations, and technician. These levels help define the capabilities and responsibilities of rescuers at each stage of an operation. Awareness level. This is the minimum level of competency. At this level, responders are trained to recognize hazards, perform size-ups, and activate appropriate resources. They are not expected to engage in direct rescue operations but play a crucial role in initiating the response and ensuring safety. Operations level. Rescuers at this level are trained to handle more technical aspects of rescues. They can perform rescues that involve vertical rope systems and are capable of using basic rope rescue techniques. While they may not be able to perform complex or high-risk tasks on their own, they are essential in supporting the response and assisting technicians in more advanced operations. Technician level. This is the highest skill level. Technicians are fully trained to handle complex rescues, manage advanced techniques, and work within vertical rescue systems. They can perform all aspects of technical rescue, including challenging rescues that require specialized equipment and high-level skills. While every organization should aim to be at least at the awareness level, this ensures that responders can spot hazards and properly activate the appropriate resources for more advanced rescuers. The operations level allows responders to engage in basic vertical rope rescues, and technician-level responders can perform the most advanced rescue tasks. For organizations aiming to perform more complex rescues, they must maintain higher levels of training, including the operations and technician levels, depending on their response needs. It's crucial to only work up to your level of training in rescue operations to ensure safety and efficiency. At the awareness level, responders are trained to recognize hazards, conduct a size-up, and activate resources, but they are not trained to perform direct rescue operations or handle complex rescue techniques. Why is this important? Safety. Operating beyond your training level can put both the rescuer and the victim at risk. Technicians and operations-level rescuers are equipped with advanced skills and techniques, and stepping into these roles without the proper training can lead to dangerous situations. Team coordination. By sticking to your level of training, everyone knows their role, which is vital for smooth operations. Awareness-level responders ensure that the correct resources and trained personnel are activated, maintaining the integrity of the rescue process. Risk management. Staying within your level of training helps prevent mistakes, minimizes risk to the victim and rescuer, and keeps the operation under control. While every organization should aim to be at least at the awareness level, this ensures that responders can spot hazards and properly activate the appropriate resources for more advanced rescuers. This level doesn't require full technical rescue capabilities, but it provides a crucial foundation for safety. For organizations aiming to perform more complex rescues, they must maintain higher levels of training, including the operations and technician levels, depending on their response needs. If you try to rig a rope system before your training, don't worry. Gravity will still teach you the lesson the hard way. In this video, we see a lineman making a critical mistake, cutting the wrong rope during a pickoff rescue and falling. But don't worry, the guy was fine.
Just cut it.
Just a bit of an unplanned free fall moment. This serves as a reminder of why we need to know exactly what we're doing and why practice is so important. As you can see, cutting the wrong rope can lead to some pretty unintended consequences, like an unexpected trip to the ground. Key takeaways. Always know your equipment and procedures. This guy clearly didn't get the memo. Practice regularly so you're never in a situation where you're falling back on luck. And finally, remember, every action counts in a rescue, but luckily, it was just a fall from grace. So let's keep training hard, so we can make sure the only thing falling is our rescue time, not ourselves. NFPA 1006 outlines specific job performance requirements, JPRs, that define the knowledge and skills needed for each skill level in technical rescue, ensuring that rescuers are adequately prepared for the tasks at hand. The key components of JPRs for rope rescue are: tasks to be performed. Each skill level must clearly understand the tasks they are responsible for, with specific guidelines on what is expected for each level. Tools, equipment, and materials needed. The organization must supply the necessary tools and equipment to safely and efficiently perform the task, from ropes and carabiners to specialized devices like ascenders or pulleys. Evaluation parameters and performance outcomes. These ensure consistency in measuring the rescuer's performance. The parameters guide how skills are evaluated and what constitutes successful performance, promoting uniformity across evaluations. These three components help ensure that rescuers are trained not only in the tasks but also in using the right equipment and understanding the evaluation criteria for consistent and reliable performance. Hands-on training is essential for maintaining competency in rope rescue. The The skills needed for high-angle rescues and other technical rescue scenarios aren't just theoretical. They require regular, real-world practice to stay sharp. Training frequency. While the NFPA does not specify the exact frequency, it recommends that training for operations and technician-level personnel be conducted quarterly and at least annually at a minimum. Quarterly training ensures that skills remain current and that responders are ready for any situation. Ongoing skill maintenance. Training doesn't stop after a class or certification. To maintain skills, it's critical that rescuers continue to practice and evaluate their abilities. This ongoing process includes addressing new challenges and refining techniques. Documenting training. All training and evaluations must be carefully documented. This ensures that rescuers' skills are regularly assessed and that there is a clear record of competency, which is necessary for accountability and operational readiness. Incorporating the PACE method. Remember, the PACE method, primary, alternate, contingency, emergency, should be applied to training and real-world scenarios. Regular training at all levels ensures that if the primary method fails, responders are ready with alternate, contingency, or emergency techniques. Practicing PACE regularly ensures that rescuers can perform under any conditions, with backup plans in place to adapt as needed. Training is not just about learning, it's about continuous improvement, ensuring rescuers stay competent, confident, and prepared for any rescue situation. Rope rescue, also known as vertical rescue or high-angle rescue, is a specialized discipline within technical rescue that involves the use of rope systems and associated equipment to mitigate hazards and extract individuals from dangerous situations. Different names for rope rescue. Vertical rescue or high-angle rescue. These terms are often used interchangeably, depending on the angle and type of rescue operation. High angle typically involves steep inclines or vertical drops, where rescuers rely heavily on rope systems. Low angle rescue. When the angle of the terrain is less steep, typically 30 to 45 degrees, low angle rope rescue may be used. It's less strenuous but still requires specific equipment and techniques to ensure safe operation. Technical rescue. This broader term can encompass various disciplines, including rope rescue, confined space, trench, and structural collapse rescues. However, rope rescue specifically refers to using ropes and related equipment to manage hazards in elevated or hard-to-reach places. Defining factor. The defining feature of rope rescue is the involvement of rope or other specialized equipment to navigate and resolve rescue situations involving height, depth, or difficult access, whether the angle is steep or shallow. Terminology for the person being rescued. The person being rescued may be referred to using various terms, depending on the context and their condition. Victim, typically used when the person is in immediate danger and not yet under the care of rescuers. In triage, the term victim is often used for those who are uninjured or have not yet been assessed. Casualty refers to a person who is black-tagged or deceased. This term is used when the person has sustained fatal injuries and no further medical intervention is needed. Patient, used for someone who is injured but still alive. A patient is someone in need of medical attention, but their condition is not immediately life-threatening. Subject. In this text, we will refer to the person being rescued as the subject, with the understanding that the focus is on evacuation rather than medical intervention. Over the years, life safety rope and equipment in the fire service have undergone tremendous changes, driven by advancements in materials and lessons learned from past tragedies. The shift from natural fiber to synthetic fiber Kernmantle ropes. The most significant change has been the move from natural fiber laid ropes to synthetic fiber Kernmantle ropes. This transition revolutionized how fire departments and industries used ropes. Kernmantle ropes are stronger, more durable, and resistant to wear and damage, making them far more reliable in high-stress situations compared to the older natural fiber ropes. Why the change? The shift came after a tragic rope rescue accident in 1980 in New York City, where a rope was severed during a rescue attempt, leading to the deaths of 2 firefighters. This tragedy prompted the International Association of Firefighters, IAFF, and organizations like the NFPA and ISFSI to place greater emphasis on improving training and equipment. Wilderness rescue versus fire service teams. Wilderness rescue teams typically use smaller, lighter ropes, such as 10 mm or 11 mm ropes, designed to be more lightweight for easier handling in rugged, remote environments. Fire service rescue teams, traditionally, have used larger, stronger ropes, like 1/2 inch, 12.5 millimeters, ropes, for durability and strength in vertical rescues or urban rescue operations. However, fire service teams are moving towards smaller ropes and lighter equipment, recognizing the benefits of reduced weight for faster deployment and better maneuverability in confined spaces and high-angle situations. This shift in equipment mirrors trends in wilderness rescue, focusing on agility without sacrificing safety or performance. What's the difference between fire-based rope rescue and wilderness-based rope rescue? Firefighters use thick ropes because they like their rescues as strong as their coffee. Wilderness teams prefer lighter ropes because they'd rather spend their time climbing mountains than dragging heavy gear up them. Rope rescues can occur in both recreational and work environments, where individuals may become injured, stranded, or fall from elevated positions. Recreational environments. Rock climbing. This may happen at indoor gyms, outdoor climbing areas, or remote mountain locations. Climbing in these areas often involves lighter equipment, but can create access challenges and require extensive evacuation resources. Rappelling. Often associated with rock climbing but can also occur in backcountry or urban settings. Requires significant training and resources to ensure safety. Mountaineering. Typically done in more remote and rugged terrain, with significant logistical support needed. High altitudes and severe natural hazards make these rescues particularly complex. Caving involves working in tight spaces, darkness, and hazardous underground conditions. Requires specific training to navigate and rescue individuals in such unique environments. Ice climbing, performed in remote areas or specialized gyms, requiring specialized ice climbing equipment for both climbing and emergency rescues. These environments, especially when remote, often present unique challenges such as heat/cold stress, long evacuations, and limited access to medical care. Workplace incidents often involve work at height and rope access techniques, where specialized knowledge and equipment are essential for safety. Fall protection and rope access. Workers use harness-based systems, such as fall arrest and fall protection systems, designed to prevent falls from heights. These systems include ropes, lanyards, and other personal protective equipment. Rope access. This technique allows workers to perform tasks at height without scaffolding or platforms. Common applications include window cleaning, bridge inspections, and oil platform maintenance. Safety considerations. Rope access involves using a main working line and a backup line for redundancy. Self-rescue and co-worker-assisted rescues are critical skills for rope access workers. Industry standards such as those from SPRAT and OSHA govern fall protection and rope access, ensuring workers are properly equipped and trained. Industrial sites present unique challenges for rope rescue, as rescues often take place at significant heights or within confined spaces. Wind turbine rescue. Rescues from wind turbines involve extreme heights, tight quarters inside the nacelle, and additional challenges such as wind, slick surfaces, and extreme temperatures. Confined space rescue. Rescues in confined spaces, such as those in refineries or chemical plants, require specialized methods and safety precautions, including lockout/tagout procedures and the use of self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA. Tower rescue. Rescues from communication or transmission towers require coordination with tower experts and adherence to standards set by organizations like the National Association for Tower Erectors, NATE. Water rescue. Rope rescue is often used in water rescues, especially in swift water conditions, where shore-based operations with high-line systems and tension diagonal lines are commonly deployed. Rescuers must use ropes rated for high-angle rescue to ensure safety and effectiveness. SPRAT, Society of Professional Rope Access Technicians, provides certification for workers in high-angle environments. SPRAT ensures workers are properly trained and qualified for rope access work, and it breaks down training into 3 levels with specific time requirements. Level 1. Entry-level technician. Training hours. Typically 32 hours of training, focusing on basic rope access techniques, safety protocols, and introductory rescues. Time requirement. No prior experience required for Level 1, as this is the foundational certification. Level 2. Advanced technician. Training hours. Typically 40 hours of training, focusing on more advanced rope access techniques, rigging, and rescues. Time requirement. To qualify for Level 2 certification, technicians must have at least 500 hours of practical on-the-job experience in rope access techniques. Level 3, Supervisor/Advanced Technician. Training hours, typically 40 hours of training, focusing on leadership, supervising teams, and handling high-level rescues in complex environments. Time requirement. To qualify for Level 3 certification, technicians need at least 1,000 hours of practical rope access experience. This qualifies them to supervise, lead rescue operations, and manage complex rescues. SPRAT certification is widely used across various industries, including window cleaning, bridge inspections, building maintenance, ocean oil platform inspections, and even military operations. SPRAT-certified technicians work in a variety of high-angle and confined spaces, from urban construction sites to remote industrial environments, ensuring safety during operations in extreme heights and challenging conditions. Operations and technician-level rope rescuers are trained in the skills necessary for rope rescue environments. To be effective, they must use specialized equipment and undergo ongoing training to stay proficient. Specialized equipment. Rope rescuers need specialized tools such as ropes, harnesses, pulleys, and ascenders to navigate hazards and safely extract subjects. Ongoing training. Rope rescue is not a one-time skill. Skills deteriorate if not regularly practiced. Training must be continuous, allowing rescuers to respond instinctively to situations. Instinctive skills. Beyond technical knowledge, rescuer skills must become instinctive. Being able to react quickly and correctly under pressure is crucial for safety. To be an effective rope rescuer, it's essential to develop the aptitude for working at height. Respecting heights. While some fear heights, it's important to have respect for heights, as working without it can lead to dangerous situations. Practice. Working at heights may seem challenging at first, but ease in these situations only comes with consistent practice. Rescuers must gain comfort and confidence, enabling them to perform complex tasks safely and efficiently. An effective rescuer embodies several key characteristics. Concern for the subject. Always remember that a person is being rescued, not an object. The rescuer's demeanor directly impacts the subject's emotional and physical state. Communication skills. Communication is critical in rope rescue. Even unconscious victims can hear and react to commands. Clear, concise communication ensures coordination among team members. Safety. The primary objective in every rescue is safety. This is achieved through teamwork, mental readiness, and physical excellence. Rope rescuers must stay vigilant for personal red flags during a rescue operation. Tunnel vision. Focus on the task at hand is important, but avoid becoming so absorbed that you miss other hazards. Physical fatigue. Fatigue can impair judgment and reaction time, leading to dangerous situations. Environmental factors. Extreme weather, poor visibility, or difficult terrain can contribute to impaired decision-making. Alcohol or drug impairment. Never underestimate how alcohol or drugs can affect safety during a rescue. Failure to call out dangers. Rescuers must call out hazards and potential risks to the team to avoid accidents. Additional personal red flags to be aware of during a rescue. Overconfidence. Overestimating abilities or underestimating risks can lead to unsafe practices. Family or personal issues. External emotional stress can impair focus and situational awareness. Overexcitement. Overzealousness can cloud judgment, making it harder to assess risks and make decisions. Poor physical condition. Physical limitations can affect performance, and rescuers should recognize when they are not physically fit for the task. Medical conditions. Any pre-existing condition that can affect performance should be addressed before engaging in rescues. Not asking for help. Rescue work is a team effort. Never hesitate to ask for help when needed. Physical safety concepts. Safety lines. Ensure that everyone near an edge is tied to a safety line to prevent falls. Redundant systems. Always use backup systems to increase safety in case of failure. Proper PPE. Wear the appropriate personal protective equipment for the task at hand, including helmets, gloves, and harnesses. Equipment check. Always inspect equipment before and after each use to ensure it is in proper working condition. Assess what systems are needed for each rope rescue. Evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of each component, such as ropes, anchors, and hardware. System components. The rope rescue system includes various elements: ropes, hardware, anchors, etc. The system's overall strength is only as strong as its weakest part. Choosing the right equipment. Always choose the correct equipment for the job, factoring in both the needs of the rescue and the safety of the team. Use of low-risk methods first. Optimum approach. The best approach to any rescue is to use the most effective means that minimizes risks to both the subject and rescuers. Evaluate the situation. Always evaluate the situation before rushing into action. Consider the least dangerous method to extract the victim. Simplest approach. Use the simplest and most effective system that will accomplish the task safely and efficiently. Preparation for self-rescue. Self-extrication. Rope rescuers should always be prepared to self-extricate in case things go wrong. Having the ability to get yourself out of a dangerous situation is crucial. Carry gear. Always carry enough gear to perform a self-rescue if needed, including carabiners, ascenders, slings, and prusiks. Be alert. Even when you're not directly involved in the rescue, stay alert for unsafe issues. Everyone should be aware of potential hazards during the operation. Care of equipment. Proper handling. Rope rescue equipment is life safety equipment, and proper handling is a must. Always take care to ensure equipment is in top condition. Attention to detail. Check and recheck your gear, especially after each use. This ensures that all equipment is in safe working condition. Improvisation. Sometimes you may need to improvise when conditions require. Always have a backup plan and stay flexible to the situation at hand. Team concepts. Training together. Team cohesion is crucial. Regular joint training helps form a strong, efficient team and reduces the risk of accidents. Safety officers. Always appoint a safety officer separate from the incident commander to oversee the use of equipment and ensure safety procedures are followed. Warning calls. Clear communication is essential. When an object is falling, use clear warnings such as rock, rock, rock to alert the team. It's important that everyone knows what's happening and reacts quickly. Awareness level. At the awareness level, your main job is to recognize a rope rescue situation, get help, and make the scene safe. You're not performing the rescue but setting things up for success. What you'll do. Identify rope rescue situations. Notify the necessary resources. Isolate the area to keep others safe. Operations level. At the operations level, you'll be setting up and supporting the more advanced rescuers. You're responsible for making sure the ropes and systems are ready to go. What you'll do. Work with ropes and equipment, making sure everything is safe and functioning. Tie essential knots, e.g., figure 8, butterfly, prusik. Rig strong, secure anchors. Belay other rescuers to ensure their safety. Set up belay systems, place edge protection, and conduct system checks. Technician level. At the technician level, you're leading complex operations. This includes high lines, cross-haul systems, and skate blocks for rescues in tight spaces or difficult terrain. What you'll do. Rappel or ascend using tools like mechanical ascenders and friction hitches. Perform pickoffs to rescue someone while they're still on the rope. Set up high lines to move victims or equipment across large spans. Use cross-haul systems to move victims horizontally, especially in tight spaces like confined spaces or tower rescues. In tower rescues, use skate blocks to move victims or equipment horizontally across distances. You're handling the most complex parts of the operation, ensuring rescues are performed safely and effectively. All team members. No matter the level, everyone must work together as a team. What you'll do. Communicate clearly with the team. Help with litters, hauling, and lowering victims. Be familiar with the logistics of the operation. At a minimum, be trained as a DOT emergency medical responder. Alright, let's pull everything together. Here's a quick summary of what we've covered. Training is key. Whether you're working solo or as a team, ongoing training is absolutely essential. It's not just about learning skills. It's about building team cohesion and ensuring everyone is ready when the call comes in. Regular training makes all the difference. Standards are a starting point. NFPA and other standards give us a great framework, but they're just that, a starting point. They help guide us, but we need to go beyond them in our training and preparation. Don't think of them as the end-all. Think of them as guidelines to get started. NFPA 1006 and 2500. NFPA 1006 focuses on the individual skills, while NFPA 2500, or 1670, outlines what's needed at the team level. These two should always be used together. Individual and team skills go hand in hand in a successful rope rescue. Rope rescue is foundational to many other types of rescue. But it's not enough to just know how to use ropes. You need to supplement your skills with training specific to the environment you'll be working in, whether that's confined spaces, water rescues, or towers. OSHA and workplace rescues. Remember, OSHA requires companies with fall protection programs to have a plan in place for prompt rescue. So, when we arrive on scene, the rescue could already be underway. This is why it's critical to understand workplace programs and how to respond quickly and efficiently. Pre-planning is essential. Fire departments and rescue organizations need to pre-plan with employers who have work-at-height programs. It's vital to know the layout, the equipment, and the procedures ahead of time so you can move fast when it counts. Aptitude for height. Rope rescuers don't just need the technical skills, they need the right mindset for working at heights. Being comfortable, respecting the dangers, and staying mentally sharp is key to staying safe. Safety first, team first. Above all, safety is our #1 priority. You've got to be a team player who's constantly looking to hone your skills. You're not just responsible for your own safety. You're responsible for the safety of your team and the people you're rescuing. Why don't ropes ever get lost? Because they always follow the line.